Ask you something. Your conversation with the secretary, you said that he said he didn't trust you.
Correct.
You testified to that. Is that really how that conversation went? Because there's other people in the room, and I think the conversation was, can he trust you? And your answer was?
He said he could not trust me.
No. The answer, ma'am.
Don't worry. This is delicious. Cream of wheat in your pantalones. Delicious. This guy, just wait.
It was a recorded meeting. So you can testify one way, or you can prove that you're lying, or you're going to be honest with this committee. I'm giving you the opportunity to be honest here, because you've been really walking around the edges and not being truthful. So did he ask you the question, can he trust you? And your answer was?
He told me he could not trust me. And I told him if he could not trust me, he could fire me.
That isn't how that conversation went. And you know that, don't you?
He told me he could not trust me, and I told him if he could not trust me, he could fire me.
Ma'am, all we're looking for is you to be honest, and you haven't been. You're not being honest with the conversation you're having. You're not being honest with the timeline, and you won't even give the answers of who your attorneys were. And all we're looking for is you to be honest. If we're going to have a hearing and we're going to discuss certain things, let's make sure we're talking with someone that we can trust your answers. It's like my kids. I tell my kids all the time, one thing I want from you, I can deal with any situation we walk into as long as I know you're being 100% honest with me. The minute I can't tell you're being honest with me, I can't trust you. From then on, everything you say is questioned. And you have to question you because your personality and your answers aren't correct.
I understand Senator Mullen implied there was a recording of the meeting or meetings between Dr. Menarez and Secretary Kennedy. I will note that if materials have been provided to Senator Mullen and invoked in official committee business, they are committee records, and all other senators on the committee have the right to see those records. I will also note, if HHS has a recording, I asked them to release the recording. I'd also like to know why it was recorded. But releasing the recording would be radical transparency. And this is about fulfilling the president's vision of radical transparency. This is allegiance to President Trump's values. And so I'd ask that that recording be released. I'll also note that we put in a request for any documents or communications that would bring transparency to the situation. We have not yet received those documents. If a recording does not exist, I ask Senator Mullen to retract his line of questions. For the record, it's just been reported that Senator Mullen told reporters that he was mistaken in saying that the RFK Menarez meeting was recorded. But in case he's mistaken that he was mistaken, if there is a recording, it should be released. And it would beg the question of what other conversations were recorded. And I'll repeat what I said earlier. We have sent a request to HHS for records related to these incidences. We've yet to receive those. But, of course, it would help the committee, which on both sides has found itself scratching its head. It would help us kind of discern what the truth is.
Senator Mullen of Oklahoma. One thing that I despise amongst many things in life, and this thing this rings in me powerfully, is gaslighting. I hate gaslighting. Why? It's because when somebody tries to impose their reality, their will upon you, and you know that it is not true, that is what you saw there. He was trying to impose his reality. You know that's not true. You saw how she stood up to him like that. That's how you knew she was ready. She was ready, like, come on, bring that proof up. And you know what happened? Dude had to retract his statement. Where's the recording? Why was it recorded? More on him later, but quality job. Oklahoma Senator Mullen, look him up. Same guy that help try to block those files from being released. As he said, giving cover for the president. Good fun. Good. There you are, Oklahoma voters. I'll talk to you all later.
Or the baseless special counsels, or the unbelievable amount of charges they've tried to file against the president. I'm sure this would be handled the exact same way. What we're simply wanting to do here is give them cover. So if my colleague from Arizona actually wants transparency,